Alright, what is up everybody? So I recorded this battle like a second ago, and then I looked at the timer on how long the recording was, and I'm like, holy shit, this is 30 minutes long. So yeah, I decided not to upload that. So that's I'm re-recording this right now. Hopefully we'll take it a little bit quicker. Going against team against Bob, he brought a lot of stuff that I didn't expect him to bring in terms of the Pokemon themselves. Now yeah, I mean, Bob uses a lot of he uses every option available to him to prepare for stuff, and he sees a lot of things that a lot of people don't see. So I'm definitely actually glad that he was able to bring a lot of interesting things I didn't really expect. Manaphy, I remember him telling me before the game that he had an interesting Manaphy set to bring against me, so for that reason, I was kind of not really expecting Calm Mind or Tail Glow. Maybe like some Scarf, maybe some Specs, maybe some like defensive U-turn set, because all of those are kind of things that I guess, just options as well, I suppose. So those were kind of what I was thinking. Maybe he's like physical with Waterfall, Thunderwave, Paraflinch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe. Alakazam, I didn't really expect that. And the reason I didn't expect that was because my main answer to Psychic types is Drapion, like Assault Vest Drapion. So I've brought that in games where Psychic types has scared me before. So Lottie, I brought it to take on Lottie. I brought it to take on Mega Alakazam, and I'm pretty sure there's like a few other things I brought it just to beat. I brought it in Pierre's game, but I guess I'll wait to go over those. So I kind of didn't expect it, but if he did bring it, the most viable option for him was Focus Sash, because it takes on things that he'd want to, like, it lets him live a hit, which is actually quite important for a lot of things. It lets him live a hit from like Scarf Gengar, because Gengar does a lot to his team. Like, it does a lot to his team. It also lets him switch out of Pursuit one time, which is kind of important as well. Yeah, Scizor, he brought Scizor. Now, like I said in the team builder, the things I really thought he'd be bringing was Banded or maybe Life Orb, Swords Dance, something like that. The reason I didn't really expect Okaberry, although I knew Okaberry existed and I wasn't going to, well, I mean, like I knew Okaberry existed, and I knew it was, it was possible because Bob likes to bring a lot of berries on quad weak Pokemon. However, the reason I thought he would be bringing like Bandit or Life Orb is because that's the only way he can OHKO Gengar. Now, that being said, I didn't go over this in the team builder because I'm actually stupid, but I actually EV'd my Gengar specifically to live a hit from Banded Adamant Scizor. So that's specifically what I EV'd for it. It does 99 point like 1%, or I think it even does like 98.9%. It's like something like that. I don't remember because I filled it around with like a few, like 4 or 8 EVs for special attack or speed. I don't really remember, but it does guaranteed live a Banded Adamant Bullet Punch from Scizor. So that was kind of an important thing for me. Throw didn't really expect. However, he did bring the Haxorus, which is yeah, pretty terrifying. However, my Bronzong is specifically built to live. Okay, it's specifically built to beat Haxorus 1v1. So if he's Lumberry Haxorus, I'm built specifically so that I can take one hit with the Sugar Berry, take a second hit on like and live on like very small amount of health and kill it. So what I mean is, if he's like Lumberry, so he's not an attack boosting item, I live the first hit with Sugar Berry very comfortably. I Gyro Ball. He stays in, goes for like he might not stay in, but like I'm saying, why it's meant to beat it 1v1. If he stays in, I would live the next Earthquake. And this is Adamant Haxorus that I'm talking about. Don't forget. I'd live that as well and be able to take it out. So my Bronzong was completely built to take on Lumberry, Dragon Dance, Haxorus. So Haxorus can't Dragon Dance on me. Haxorus can't what's it called? Do the thing where you you click Earthquake twice and then you just kill shit with everything. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's specifically built for that. And Venusaur is a little bit threatening as well. I was kind of happy that I threw Scarf Roserade on here at the very last second, because like really last second, but it seemed like it would be very helpful against stuff like Manaphy if it is max speed, stuff like Alakazam if I need to just finally pick it off, things like Scizor, and of course things like Adamant Haxorus at +1 speed, which I am able to outspeed, and just it's able to hit everything neutrally, which is pretty nice, and just having a Scarfer is just always nice. So with all that being said, Roserade did seem like the best lead for me to make. Okay, I'm on normal. So I did lead with Roserade. Now, he's going to lead with Venusaur, and my thought process right here is he should be scouting for the Extrasensory. Like, Extrasensory doesn't do an insane amount of damage. I mean, it does a good amount of damage. It does, like, it does a good amount of damage. Take my word for it. It does a good amount of damage. So, my thought process was he's probably going to scout for the Extrasensory. At least, you know, it makes sense that he'd scout for Extrasensory, so I should click HP Fire right here, but I'm really nervous in the playoffs, right? I'm like really nervous. So like every time I make a play, even though it's a play that I was just gonna make offhand anyway, every time I make a play, I'm like second guessing myself and I'm terrified. I'm like, oh well, no, what if it works and doesn't work out for me? So like I second guessed myself for a long time. I clicked HP Fire, I clicked cancel. I clicked HP Fire, I clicked cancel, and I'm like going through, and I'm like tossing it back and forth for a long time. And Bob actually clicked Scizor. He told me after the game, he actually clicked Scizor, but then he noticed I was taking a really long time to make my play, so he actually clicked cancel and just stayed in. So because of that, I actually get I go for the HP Fire, and he actually knocks off my Scarf, which is really bad because that's the reason I brought Roserade, was to have the Scarf. Probably. I wanted to double HP Fire, but like it wasn't something that was gonna happen. So yeah. Now, the fact that he brought it in makes he brought it in because he has one of three things is gonna happen, and I mean like I'm not a genius for pointing that it's one of these three options, but I just kind of want to break down one of three options. One, he's banded and he can kill me with Bullet Punch. Two, he's Life Orb and he can kill me with Bullet Punch. Or three, he is Okaberry. But I can actually check the damage calculator. Unless I'm mistaken, 0 HP investment Scizor is guaranteed to get OHKO'd through the Okaberry at the HP it's at right now. Or it might be a roll, but I'm pretty sure it's a roll in my favor. I remember checking this after the battle, but it's either a roll in my favor or it's guaranteed to kill. However, he is running HP investment, so in order to kill the Scizor, like I could kill the Scizor and I could OHKO the Scizor right here, but like the max roll is 84%. Like the max roll is like 84%. So I mean, it's not fair for me to be like, yo, what the fuck? Where's my max roll? Hacks! So like, I'm not saying that. However, the main thing is I don't kill. And also the reason I went for sorry guys. So I'm sorry, But like the reason I went for HP Fire was because he's not going to Bullet Punch. Like even if he was banded, even if he was Life Orb, even if he was not Okaberry, I would probably try to make the same play because looking at this, Roserade is technically my answer to Manaphy. Like it's technically one of my best ways to just deal with Manaphy. Plus, it outspeeds Haxorus before the Dragon Dance. I can Extrasensory that. It's just a hard... This is actually a very hard Pokemon for him to switch into if I play my cards right. Venusaur can't switch in because after taking that HP Fire damage, he actually gets 2-hit KO'd by Extrasensory. So if he wants to switch in, he actually does get 2-hit KO'd. So the position Roserade is in right now is actually a really good position. So for that reason, especially since that it's like an answer, it's a quote-unquote answer to Manaphy, and I say quote-unquote because if it was offensive Tail Glow, it would be carrying... I want to say Ice Beam because Whimsicott existed, but it could be Psychic as well. But all that being said, like I said, I kind of expected a interesting set from the Manaphy, so I did kind of expect I'd outspeed it. Anyways, all that bullshit aside, there's no way he's going for Bullet Punch because if I went straight into Bronzong, he would lose so much momentum, so much initiative that would just be... That wouldn't really be a very good play for him to make, even if it was banded and it killed, because like, if he's locked into Bullet Punch and I go into Bronzong, I get Rocks Up, and that loses him a ton of momentum, so I did not expect him to go for that. Unfortunately, he does live, I mean, not unfortunately, it's a max roll, but like, I didn't expect that. I kind of expected it to kill anyway, because, max 0 HP dies. Bad play here. I go for Shadow Sneak over Will-O-Wisp. The best play was to go for Will-O-Wisp because a burned Scizor with no item actually does nothing to Sableye, so very bad play on my part. And he's actually Mold Breaker Toxic, which is really cool. Props on that, but like I wasn't going to go straight into Gengar because like the coverage move of choice I would expect for throw to have is knockoff as well. So that's a little bit. I mean, I wasn't real enough to go hard into Gengar on the throw, but I go for the foul play here to kind of force him to heal up because he's got recovery of some kind. He might be Rest Talk. He might be. I mean, that would be weird. Taunt Toxic Rest Talk, but like he might be Rest Talk. He might be Resto Chesto. He does turn out to be Resto Chesto, and I go for the sub here over the Calm Mind, even though we know he's going for Taunt. The sub is the much better option just because if I go for Calm Mind, I can't OHKO him, and it means he can Toxic me, and Crest is such a threat to his team that he kind of, he can't really fuck around with it. He would sack Throw to get the Toxic off, so yeah, sub is, I would make this sub play any day of the week. So Manaphy comes in, and I'm able to get, I get a actually pretty good amount of damage off on it, which is just kind of nice for just later in general. Goes for U-turn here, expecting me to switch, and you'll keep in mind right here that that's a crit. I think everyone who watched this game completely forgot about this crit of the U-turn. Like, I think everyone completely forgot this happened, but keep in mind that this did 32%. So keep in mind that my HP stat would be at about 16% higher than it is right now. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Keep that in the back of your mind that that U-turn crit existed. So he does U-turn expecting me to switch, and I do stay in, and that definitely works out for me. Now I go for Calm Mind as the Alakazam comes in, and right here there's a few options. There's a few things that could happen. Now, he could just be coming into bluff that he has a thing, but that's not something that I'm even going to contemplate, because Cresselia is my win conditions. It's actually literally the only possible way for me to win this game is Cresselia. It's the only way for me to win this game, Cresselia. I mean, yeah, there's absolutely no other way to say this. Cresselia is my win condition. So even if, like, I hacked Bob's computer and I looked at his team and I saw what his Alakazam set was, I still wouldn't stand, because this is not worth it. Trick, Encore, Toxic, any one of these things are potential moves that Alakazam learns. For that reason, it's not worth risking the game no matter what. Even if I looked into the future and saw what move he's going to go for, I wouldn't stay in with Crest. That being said, staying in with Crest would have actually done really good for me this game. Well, I mean, it might not have actually, because then Scissor would. I'll just go to the next thing right here. So, yeah, as I was saying, I predict the Thunder Wave immaculately. I pull hard into Sableye. Oh my God, somebody has to stop me. You guys, I have no idea how I made that God play. I'm actually too icy right now. So, we're able to hit that Alakazam up with that T-Wave, hit him up with that yellow, catch his magic right here. So, yeah, perfect. So, Alakazam's catching that work right there, so that's very nice. Now, at this point, Showdown actually decided that I wasn't making the right plays. So Showdown is like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna make the move for you, Matthew. You're taking too long. Screw you. So Showdown actually switched me out right here into Gengar. Like, I was staring at this, like, it crashed for me or something. I was staring at this screen for like, I have no idea. You can ask the chat. It was like 15 minutes, and I typed in like the Skype chat. Is my computer frozen? So yeah, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. So I have no idea. But I actually clicked Blaziken. I didn't stay in here. And I didn't want to go to Gengar because his safest play is to either, if he stays in, it's to Shadow Ball. If he doesn't stay in, then doubling is still fine. But his safest play is to Shadow Ball, because Sableye can't beat Alakazam after it takes a Shadow Ball. And it can't recover on Alakazam after it takes a Shadow Ball. I'll be at a really low amount of health. I'll be able to kill the Alakazam. And at this point, I don't know if he has. I didn't know that he has Heal Bell, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so in theory, Alakazam's just dead. If he is Sash, so paralyzed Sash Alakazam still exists. So I was kind of thinking maybe that's a thing as well. But the potential for him to sack is very high. The potential for him to attack with Shadow Ball is also very high. So I don't know if it was my best play, but the play that I actually clicked was Blaziken. That's what I clicked. However, Showdown's like, nah, fam, here you go, buddy, and pulls me into Gengar. However, 18% chance to Oko does not happen, so very nice. I do go into the Gengar. He doesn't want to get caught with that work, that yellow magic, so he's gonna switch out, because I would have just gotten the para. I think we all know that at this point. I would have just gotten the para, so I'm able to take the throw out, and everyone's actually convinced at this point that I am a Choice Scarf, and the fact that I switch out here makes it kind of a possibility for me to be Scarfed as well. So I go into this, I lose my band, which actually sucks, but Brave Bird still does a huge chunk of damage, so it's in kill range right there. I was contemplating going for high jump kick, but like he doesn't actually have a switch in. He wouldn't risk Manaphy, so yeah, that's the thing. Now again, I didn't actually really remember, or I don't know if I even knew that Manaphy got Heal Bell, but it does. If I knew that Manaphy got Heal Bell, if I knew it got Heal Bell, I would have just stayed in and gone for the high jump kick. But because I didn't know, it seemed to me like the very safest option for him to go for was Scald, because it means that I can't recover on it. It means that anything that comes in gets burned. Another crit! Another crit! I mean, that one didn't really matter. But like, I thought he was going for the Scald anyway. I'm able to get a nice double Wisp off, which is actually pretty nice. And I live on 6%, which is actually pretty nice. That other U-turn crit didn't matter. But he's able to recover on me just dying from Toxic, because if I stayed in, I would have died from Toxic, and I don't really want to just sack something off. So I Brave Bird, do a huge chunk of damage, and he actually goes for the Sleep Powder, puts me to sleep, dies from Burn, which is pretty nice. Now, this right here is a very important turn right here, and I think this right here is, I want to say it's a turn I choked, but like, I don't know. I just think that this was a really bad play that I made, and I think I made this because like I was really nervous. Like I'm playoffs, man. This is a new thing. I was actually really nervous. Now Haxorus comes in. Everyone is convinced I'm Scarf Gengar. Like, everyone is convinced I'm Scarf Gengar. At least I thought I was pulling it off pretty nicely, pretty convincingly that I was Scarf Gengar. I thought I was bluffing it pretty nice, and everyone was under the assumption that I was Scarf Gengar. Even if he wasn't, convinced I was Scarf Gengar, I don't think he'd even want to risk me being Scarf Gengar. But that being said, he'd have to be at +2 after 2 Dragon Dances to actually outspeed Scarf Gengar. And Dazzling Gleam would, do enough that I can, kill him with like a few other things as well. So, not only that, but like he'd risk me waking up with Blaziken on the first turn, or even the second turn for that matter. Plus, he doesn't kill Bronzong at +1, even if I'm not Shuca Berry, which, I mean, like, predict the Shuca Berry, right? But like, even if I'm not Shuca Berry, if he's at +1, it won't be killing Bronzong, so like, there wasn't really any reason for him to go to a Dragon Dance. It was way too risky, and there was just no way that there's no universe that he would actually be clicking Dragon Dance right here. There's no way he actually clicks Dragon Dance. It's just not gonna happen. However, I was really nervous right here. My nerves were shot, man. I was like shaking. I was shaking in my boots. I'm like, oh shit, son. He's going for game right now. He's gonna play off the 2-turn sleep, get to +2, crit everything on my team, and sweep me. So I actually make the worst play that I made this game. I think this is the only play that I actually disagree with me making. Every other play I kind of stand by, but this is the only play that I actually disagree with me making. Like, not double HP firing first turn is like, I mean, that's not something I disagree with making, because like he could have just stayed in with Venusaur and recovered. But this play right here, is the only play that I made this game that I disagree with. I hard straight into Gengar. That was a bad play, especially because I could have still bluffed the Scarf, and that's really bad because, like I said, he's able to take me out, which really sucks. Now, I want you to notice something. He's not at 100% HP. Now, I actually had to do a little bit of research right here to understand why he's not at 100% HP. Because I'm like, you don't lose HP from Lumberry, do you? Did they make some change where like you lose HP at the end of every turn if you hold a Lumberry? So I actually did some research. I went to smogon.com. I went on to Verlisify's YouTube account, and I asked him. I asked Verlis himself. I'm like, do you lose HP from Lumberry? And he sent me back a message saying, down with Smogon. Vote Verlisify in 2017. So I mean, he's got my vote now. Actually, it was a pretty convincing argument. But I actually figured out that he's not Lumberry, and I had to take a little bit of extra time to figure out what he could be. So finally, I read the chat, and it says, he lost some HP. I'm like, man, that's so strange. Now, I don't know if you know this, but this is actually Life Orb right here. So he's Life Orb Haxorus. So what that means, is it kills Bronzong even with the Shuca Berry. So much for my plans. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. We're gonna see the second one come through. This isn't the end of the world though, because I can go into Cresselia and I can actually force him to outrage right here. So I thought this was like some like MLG level plays right here. Yo, I was like, yo, watch this play. So he goes straight for the outrage. He's actually locked in right now, which is the important thing right here. So I can Shadow Sneak with Sableye, put him in range of the next Life Orb round, and that's pretty dang fly, yo. Like, somebody stop me. So I bring in Cresselia here. It was my best Pokemon. At this point, the best Pokemon for me to go into was Cresselia, so that's why I chose Cresselia as my switch of choice as he goes to Alakazam. Now, a few things I want to bring up. Shadow Ball. Not at +1. Okay, so he went for Shadow Ball, and watch how much damage it does. 32 to about 38%, right? That's the damage roll, right? 32 to about 38%, right? That's a roll, right? So watch this right here. Watch this play right here. Here we go. We got the Shadow Ball, and it does 38%, and it gets the special defense drop. Now, I went for Calm Mind here, and the reason I went for Calm Mind here was because, well, I had to. I kind of had to. Like, I mean, I lived the next hit, but, like, with one Calm Mind up, I would be able to live pretty much 2 hits from Alakazam unless he got, max rolls like he did right there. And having a +1 would let me deal with the Manaphy just a little bit better as well. I kind of want to go, like, I don't know, this is just me being anal, and I mean, please don't get angry at me for this, but I wanted to bring this up. So it does about 38%, and at +1 it would do about 26% max. So these are, of course, max rolls. So I guess I'll go over right here. I was at 75, I believe. So 75 minus, let's say not max roll. So let's say special defense. Let's say about 34%. Does that sound viable? Does that sound fair for me to hope for a 34%? Wait, minus 34%. And then let's say +1, 22 to 25, so let's 26, or let's say about 23 minus 23 plus 6. 6% from leftovers here, 6% from leftovers here, and 6% from the last turn of leftovers. So I would actually be at 13% at the very end. This is killing Alakazam. After I kill Alakazam, I would be on 13%. Just 13% overall, because I need to take 2 turns to kill it. And Manaphy, I kind of mentioned before, this was a bulky set. This was a This was not a specially offensive Manaphy set. So Scald is actually doing 10 to 13%, which is kind of interesting. Psyshock is doing 36 to 43%. So again, let's say minus 11 plus 6. So I'd be at 8% after a Psyshock. After he brings him in. Like, if after Scald from Manaphy, I'd be at 8%. After I Scald him, I could even potentially go for like a second. No, I don't. Okay, no, I will. Yeah, I would have calced this if it came to it. I was gonna say maybe I can heal with leftovers while risking the burn, but no. I apparently I can't do that. So I'd be at 8%, and I'd hit him up with the Psyshock, do 36 to 43, and he was at 65%, and he was burned. Yeah, he was at 65%, and he was burned. So it'd be 65% minus like about 40-ish. Yeah, about 40%, 65 minus about 40-some%, depending on rolls, of course, and then minus 12% from burn, and then plus 6% from leftovers. So if I didn't get the Spidef drop, if I didn't get the max roll, but wait! If I didn't get the most important thing, actually, it seems like not the most important thing, but if I didn't get crit by U-turn, the chances of me winning this game were not bad. They're pretty good. I'm not gonna say yo, this bullshit. I should have won. I'm not gonna say that, but like I just wanna kind of point out that there's a few things that kind of made a little bit that kind of had a little bit of influence in terms of being extremely anal and extremely picky. It still comes down to I guess burns from Manaphy. It still comes down to I guess not getting like max rolls. Like okay, it was an extra of 15%, right? So oh, it was 16% actually. 75, 16. So I'd be that. So let's say he gets max rolls every time. So minus 38 plus 6 from leftovers minus 25. I think that was the max plus 6 from leftovers. I mean, did I do that right? Am I stupid? Oh, I'd have to take one more. Yeah, okay, I'd have to take one more. So I'd be at 23%. If I hadn't got crit by U-turn, I'd be at 23% when Manaphy came in, and that would actually let me 1v1 the Manaphy, even if he got burned, even if he got the Scald burn, because I'd be able to take the first one relatively well. Like I said, it was about 12%. Yeah, so I'd be at 17%. Okay, I think if he burned me there, I suppose that would be probably game as well. But I'd be at 17%, and that would be enough to live the second hit, and 2 Psyshocks would be enough to take out the Manaphy. So yeah, again, kind of unfortunate, but he's gonna be able to take me out. Before you say, yo, you only had Psyshock, you wouldn't have actually been able to kill the Zam. Well, that's a thing. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna go down to this Alakazam right here, pulling it a close, pretty close 2-0. However, that being said, I actually really enjoyed this battle. It was I thought it was a great game. When I played against Merc, I just got kind of salty when I lost. Like, I mean, everyone gets salty when they lost. Like, I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I was, rude to Merc, or I don't think I was mean or said anything mean or rude. But like, I was just salty or just sad that I lost. I was just like, oh man, what the fuck? Okay, no, I'm just kind of salty that I lost. I was just like, man, this sucks. I don't like losing. Man, it's it's unfortunate. I don't like losing. So I was just a little bit salty. So I thought it was gonna be real. I thought going to the playoffs, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose against Bob. So I was afraid of getting really salty against losing against Bob. But actually, I really enjoyed this game. And having Bob beat me actually ensured that I don't play Merc's fucking disgusting ass draft. I don't have to fight fucking Tyrantrum, Azumarill, Gardevoir, all Thunderous. Oh my god, disgusting. I don't have to fight those disgusting Pokemon. So yeah, props to Bob for, taking one for the team, destroying me, and actually fighting being the one to fight Merc. Yeah, that's the thing.